Yeah, my history was like that. I was a rock bass guitar player when I started. And somehow I was a bit tired of it, maybe 12, 15 years ago, I don't know. I started to fumble around with some guitars and changed this and that and made some, new instruments too. And so somehow there was no pattern to play these new things, and so I had to improvise somehow. So just, touch this and that and see what happens and so on. So that was my personal start for improvisation before I started to play with other musicians. So I started mainly as solo player, with homemade instruments and fumbled around and whatever. Many rock musicians say they can improvise, but it always sounds the same for me. The rhythm is fixed and maybe the chords are fixed too. It's mainly E major, for example, and then they can play whatever for 1 hour, but it's not improvisation really. I think the main difference is that the real improvising musicians have no fixed legs where they can stand on. They just meet other musicians and start somehow and see what happens. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's lousy or not good. There's no security. Rock musicians have always security. They know 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, and that's it. Keith is a very experienced musician. He played a lot with a lot of other people abroad and in England and wherever. And I'm in this business for over 10 years too, so somehow we should know how to handle that. We would be very bad musicians if we had played our own shit yesterday. So somehow we had to get together, and we tried our best. Sometimes it worked, sometimes not. It's normal. There are always new things coming up, new musicians, maybe new instruments sometimes, and new surprises and new disappointments, of course. Well, it was the first time I played with him. We know each other since some years and are good friends. And yesterday it was the first time. And we didn't say anything before, no plans or whatever, Just started, and it was, for the first time, it was very good for me. I think there were some things difficult, of course, but a lot of things went together. It was good for me. Not really difficulties. When you don't know each other so well, then you have to try out this and that. And you have to find out what is working and what not so much. You have to react differently. When you play alone, then somehow you know what you want to do, and mainly you do the same things all the time. But as soon as you have another musician, then of course you have to react. Otherwise you wouldn't be an improviser. You just would do your normal things, but it would not be music really. an old friend of mine from the rock days. He's a drummer, and some years ago he happened to make a million hit and bought a lot of recording machines and so on. And somehow he still is fond of me, and we decided to make something together. So it's mainly overdubbing work and studio work. Some nice little songs, you know. It's nothing to do with improvisation, really. It's really composed and arranged and so on. He used to be a rock drummer for a long time in one band. I'm sure you don't know them. The name was Grobschnitt. They were quite famous in Germany, but not abroad, I think.